Hey guys, back again with the AMP MT build to drive kit. Got it all built now. Took me about 3 hours, give or take, to put it together, and it wasn't in a big rush. Went together pretty smooth. Had a couple minor problems. One, the screws are just too small to hold the hinge pin brace on in the front. One of them, the head stripped. Not the screw's fault. It's a shitty hex driver that they give you. It's just not up to the task, but it's so small. I never expected this thing to work that well anyway. Good luck finding a good quality Allen key or anything that holds up that's that tiny. The tip just strip off. I'll take it out and I'll grind the tip of it off so I got a fresh end again. I'll keep trying to use it. Oh, and then there's an aluminum post that the steering rack rides on that takes pre-thread locked screws, which they're nice enough to thread lock them for you, but I think they sat in the bag too long and the thread lock was so dry that I could not get either one of the screws into that thing. So I ended up tossing them and getting my own screws and putting my own thread lock on. Minor stuff, but it probably really piss your kid off if he's trying to build this thing. I don't mean to make it sound negative. I mean, great kit. I've built a lot of kits in my 20 years in the hobby, and this one is one of the best organized kits by the way they bag stuff and put the hardware right with the parts that have to go together. It's unbelievable how smooth and easy it is. I'm pretty confident anyone who's been in the hobby a while could build this thing without the instructions. I know I could build one with my eyes closed, but I'm very familiar with the ECX circuit platform, which is all this is. I'm going to do a lot of modifications to this thing, but I know a lot of people are curious about the kit as it comes out of the box because they want it for their kid. So I built it as it comes. Phillips head screws, everything. Real nice, easy build. It's a great introduction to the hobby. If you want your kid to be intimate, or not just for kids, I mean, if you want to build your first car and be intimate with the workings of it and understand everything, best way to do it is put it together yourself. And this is a great chance to do that. The stupid looking controller, which I use. I drove the truck around my kitchen last night with it. It works great. But they designed it this weird tiny little thing to fit in a kid's hand. And something I ran into last night after the truck was together and I still had the battery and it was sitting on my table. I bumped this on something. There's no trigger guard. I almost spilled my beer with this fucking thing. It seems like if it's designed for a kid, you'd especially want some kind of trigger guard on there. It's a minor complaint, but this thing ought to go. Back to the tools they give you. Comes with this screwdriver. Good quality screwdriver. Now, I didn't strip a single Phillips head screw, and the bit still looks brand new in the end of the screwdriver. And as a bonus, it's also a flathead screwdriver. I don't know why, because there wasn't a single flathead screw in here. It would have been a lot cheaper for them to just give you a cheap Phillips head screwdriver. This is a pretty cool piece. I'm actually going to keep that. I wish they'd have went a little cheaper on that and a little higher quality on this, but actually I only really tightened the screws with this for most of the assembly, and the reason it took me 3 hours because I put most of it together with this thing. This is the flip out speed hex electric screwdriver from Lowe's. It's one of them stupid gimmick tools that they put on the end of the aisle for like 30 bucks. I don't know, it caught my eye. I thought I might have a use for it sometime. When I bought this, I wasn't even into RC at the time. But this has been the ideal tool for putting these things together. Because it doesn't have a shit ton of torque. It stops the screw before it strips your plastic. And the way the head is, can be angled to anything you want. There is not a screw anywhere on one of these cars that you can't get to with this thing for the most part. As long as you got the right size bit, this thing really makes it a breeze to put an RC together. Now all that's left is the paint, and of course it turned into winter this weekend, so it ain't getting painted. Not yet anyway. Next on the docket for it, I think I'm gonna have to make some adapters, and I want to put some 1/8 scale monster truck wheels on this thing because it's not a monster truck right now the way it sits, but it's going to be. I'm gonna upgrade the power. I was actually gonna put my Mamba Max Pro and a 4-pole motor I've got laying around in it right out of the gate, but I wanted to build it just the way it was designed first for you guys. So now that I've done that, I get to take it all back apart because I don't want the Phillips head screws. I'm going to take them all out and replace them with stainless PEX hardware. And we'll keep you posted on where this thing goes. Thanks for watching.